Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Hi, if you're new here, I'm Amelia. You might have seen that I've not been very active making videos and within the comments section over the last couple of weeks. The last 3 or 4 videos that went up were like pre-made and ready to go before the beginning of June. They were already set to go, but I've had like the month of June off from making videos, and I just thought I would update you with a few things that's going on and why I've not been making content. First of all, I just want to apologise. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that I do just kind of fall off the face of the earth every now and again. Back in the summer of 2023, I got pregnant, and if you don't know, I get hyperemesis when I'm pregnant, or high HG, like I actually can't say the full name of it. But it just means that I get very, very ill. I'm being sick over 10 times a day and I often end up hospitalised. Back then I stopped making videos for a few months until I was better. And then when my baby was born, he was really, really ill. And I've kind of had a few times throughout my YouTube career where I've not been able to make videos for a few months at a time. And I just want to apologise first for the fact that I do disappear a lot, and just kind of explain to you why this time I'm kind of stepping back just a little bit. I should hopefully still be making content. The last few videos, I'm sorry if I haven't been responding to your comments like I normally do. I have seen them, I've just not had the mental capacity and space and time to respond. And they were all filmed back in May, and they were just set to upload as and when. So I haven't really been looking on YouTube or anything, so I kind of just stepped back a little bit, and I want to explain why. Firstly, I also want to preface this with one of my last videos that I shared. I said that I was hopefully going to be doing a £300 or attempt for a £300 budget for June on our groceries. That did not happen. Life got in the way big time, and actually quite the opposite. I wasn't even able to film the June grocery haul for you, so I'm really sorry about that. I will be getting, hopefully, as long as no more things get in the way, your life getting in the way. I'm sorry, it's so hot today. It's that really hot Saturday, so I need to get this video done quickly so I don't burn. Yeah, I will hopefully be back at my grocery hauls come July, and potentially with a few changes. So let's go backwards. Back at the end of May, beginning of June, I think I was a little bit burnt out. For a while now I've been uploading 2 videos a week, as well as learning and making like shorts and TikToks and things for Instagram, and it just takes up a lot of time. If you don't know, I am a homeschooling mum to 3, and yes, that's 3. I have a 1-year-old, a 6-year-old and a 9-year-old. I have to try and find the way of explaining to you what's going on without giving you the details, because I do, as much as possible, want to protect my family's privacy. But also I do feel like people who have been following me for so long definitely have the right to know what's been going on to an extent, because you followed this journey of life, and I want you to realise that not everyone's life is what you see online, because you can't possibly see everything that goes on behind closed doors. We had the child with neurodivergent things, and again, I'm not going to go into detail of what that means, but we're in the process of like some diagnosis. He's in therapy, and the therapist is helping us get through the kind of diagnosis process and figuring out what's kind of going on there. But that does make day-to-day life quite tricky, and I don't feel like people talk on the internet, at least not in my bubble of on the internet, of having a child that struggles like that. Day-to-day life can be really tricky, and we have good times and we have bad times, and unfortunately the last kind of couple of months just ended up being really, really tricky. And in and amongst this, we've also found out that the diet that we have all been eating at home with my son is maybe not the best diet for him and the things that he struggles with. So if you don't know, we were a plant-based family for 7 years, and then we've been vegetarian for the last 2 or 3 years. So this is what I'm struggling with at the moment. We've got 5 people in our house that all kind of eat and need to eat somewhat different things. My son is struggling with these things. It seems like a high protein, high fat diet with less legumes and nuts and like processed foods will be best for him. And I'm still learning a lot. Please, don't have a go at me in the comments. This is all really new to me. I'm trying to figure out, and through with specialists and professionals, what will be best for him. But it seems to be like we are going to have to start introducing meat for him into our diets. And then I also have the other side of the fact that I have a husband who has a huge family history of heart disease. Pretty much all the men in his family have all had heart attacks by the time they're like 50. And my husband is also very tall. He is 6'4", and the taller you are, the more prone you are to heart disease and heart attacks as well, apparently. He mostly follows a vegetarian diet because of that. So then, as you know, we are quite a frugal family. We have a restriction on our budget is £500 a month for a family of 5, and with that, that is breakfast, lunch and dinners 7 days a week for a month, every single meal, because my children don't go to school, they don't get free school meals or anything like that. It's just been a struggle because I went into this month thinking I'm going to do the extreme grocery challenge of trying to only spend £300 this month on groceries, to actually I'm now having to look to upheave my entire shopping experience and trying to figure out ways to cook for my family, for one person that probably needs a lot more meat and animal products, and one person that doesn't really want to eat any meat and little animal products for the sake of his health, both their health, however I'm meant to say that. And then all trying to do that within a £500 budget is going to be tricky. I haven't cooked meat in a decade, so I'm also learning that. And honestly, this month has just been a small trial and error of starting that process. I have bought a little bit of like mince and made my normal meals with a bit of mince in, and just trying to remember how to cook this. And it's a huge learning curve for me, and I just didn't have it in me to share this journey. It's such a personal thing that we're going through at the moment, and I don't have all the answers. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just learning, and I haven't really slept this entire month, which makes it even harder. My child that is struggling doesn't really sleep much. There's a lot of sleep deprivation going on, as well as having a baby and doing everything I do. We've all only been sleeping a few hours a night. It seems like we're coming out of the other side a little bit with answers kind of happening, and I'm starting to get a gauge on what food we're going to be eating. But I just wanted to let you know that's kind of why I've disappeared a little bit. Life got hard. I'm hopefully going to be coming back now to weekly videos, the once a week videos, if I can. If I might miss a video here and there, but the 2 videos a week would just be becoming a bit too much. So I'm gonna go back to focusing on my once a week videos, as well as trying to keep making shorts, because I feel like a few of you quite like that content. I'm having to now try and figure out if I can make these extreme polar opposite diets work in general and on a budget of £500 a month. So I'm hopefully over the next few months going to be sharing a lot more of that with you guys if you want to see that, showing you what we buy, what we're cooking, and I'm thinking of starting a new series. Let me know if you'd be up for this. Everything we eat in a week, or all the dinners we eat in a week, and there always has to be 1 or 2 new dinners, new dishes, and trialing them, and then when I perfect them I can then share them with you. I haven't felt myself over the last month, and I kind of just didn't want to share with you content for the sake of sharing you content. I don't ever want to be a hypocrite. I never want to seem like a liar or someone who posts things for the sake of posting things. I only want to post things that I would want to watch myself, or that I would find someone can learn from. We all have our own seasons of life, and I feel like this season of life for me is just going to be about trial and error. Trialing our food budget, trialing different YouTube videos, trialing what does and doesn't work for my family. It's going to be a lot, and I feel like I am going to be a bit more vulnerable on this app by just sharing this with you. So all the mean people, please don't comment, because I don't have the backbone for it at the moment. I am sensitive, very, very, very sensitive at the moment. It's been a tough month. It's really hard to communicate without telling too much of what we have been going through. But anyone that has got neurodivergent children, I feel like I see you and I hear you, and people make you out to be a terrible parent if you have a neurodivergent child and you are struggling. But oh my goodness, it's tough. Like, it doesn't mean I love my child any less. It just means that it's super, super tough, and I have a lot less time for me. I'm going to try and get back to the once a week uploads. Go check me out on Instagram and or TikTok as well, and you can contact me on there, and I should still be posting on there every now and again. It might be a bit sporadic, but we'll give it a go, and it's probably going to be very heavy on recipes, what we're making, what I'm buying, where does that money go. But it's been a lot. I've not been on it with the budget. I feel like I'm 100% going to be over budget this month. You know, when you just have the months when so many things come out of nowhere. So many things come at you and you don't expect them to. If you have any questions, let me know down below. And I feel like I do say this in every video, but if there are certain videos that you would specifically like, then let me know down below, because I was keeping a list of videos that everyone kind of mentioned. However, I may have lost that list in the last month, and I have far too many comments to go trailing through to figure out what they all were. Hopefully by the next video that comes up, I think will be my mortgage update video, and they will be happening each month. My grocery hauls, I should be back to them in July, and then in between it's going to be quite heavily grocery shopping and what we make based. Might do a video on my quails. They're getting pretty big and we've hatched even more since then. We've got like 23 quails at the moment, so we need to wait to sex them and see how many boys and girls we have. I'm hoping I covered everything. Normally what I do, as soon as I'm editing these videos, I kind of go, oh, I forgot to say that, I forgot to say that, I forgot to say that. But I'm hoping that I added everything in that I need to. I'm gonna bring you along my journey with learning to cook new things. I feel like I've gotten into a bit of a rut just cooking the same things over and over again, because you know, if you have a child with sensory processing issues as well, and you find food that they're happy to eat, you just kind of like, right, I'll just keep cooking that. And I feel like I've gotten into a bit of a rut of cooking the same sort of 7, 8, 9 dinners, which there's nothing wrong with, but I get bored of it. I absolutely love to cook and try new meals and foods, and I made, since been getting the veg box, it's definitely been getting me to be more creative, because I never normally buy like aubergines, and I've tried like 3 different meals with aubergines to figure out if I even like aubergine, because aubergine is like Marmite, you either love it or you hate it depending on how it's cooked, I feel. But yeah, I'm just trying out new things. I have got one recipe that I'm planning on sharing with you, but I don't feel like most people like just the one recipe videos, so I'm probably going to save it for 3 of the recipes under £1 videos that I normally do, or I haven't done one of those for a while actually, but hoping to get that done. But yeah, sorry, this has become rambly. That's everything for today, guys. I'm hoping to be back more regularly, but just the once a week uploads. 2 times a week with all the other things was just getting a bit too much. But I will see you hopefully next week for my next video. Bye friends.